Imagine this. You're planning a bank robbery. You have a weapon, an escape route, and a list of targets. But there's one detail that's supposed to make you completely untraceable. Lemon juice. Yes, you heard that right. Today, I'm going to tell you a story that sounds like the plot of a comedy movie, but it actually happened. This is the story of MacArthur Wheeler, a man who genuinely believed that lemon juice would make him invisible to security cameras. And he robbed banks based on that belief. No mask, no hoodie, just lemon juice and complete confidence in his own genius. Pittsburgh, 1995. MacArthur Wheeler was an ordinary middle-aged man. He wasn't a criminal mastermind. He wasn't an evil genius. He had no gang, no connections, and not even a particularly good plan. But he did have an idea that seemed absolutely perfect to him. Somewhere, he had learned that lemon juice could be used as invisible ink. His logic was simple. If lemon juice can hide written words, then surely it can hide a face. And the more he thought about it, the more convinced he became. In his mind, it was the perfect way to defeat surveillance cameras. So he decided to test his theory. Before the robbery, Wheeler conducted an experiment. He squeezed several lemons, covered his face with the juice, grabbed a Polaroid camera, and took a picture of himself. And then something incredible happened. His face didn't appear in the photograph. To Wheeler, this was undeniable proof. His plan worked. What he failed to consider was a small detail. Polaroid cameras can be unpredictable. The film may have been defective. He may have moved at the exact moment the picture was taken. Or perhaps the lemon juice irritated his eyes so badly that he accidentally pointed the camera incorrectly. But none of that mattered to him. He saw only one conclusion. I'm invisible, and that was enough. The next day, Wheeler walked into a bank. No mask, no disguise, just a face covered in lemon juice. He calmly approached the teller and demanded money. The teller handed it over. Meanwhile, the security cameras captured everything. His face, his movements, even droplets of lemon juice running down his cheeks. A few hours later, he robbed a second bank. Same method, same confidence. He truly believed the cameras could not see him. At the same time, police officers were already reviewing the footage and had a very clear idea of who they were looking for. The investigation took only a few hours. The surveillance footage provided a perfect image. Police quickly identified Wheeler. That same evening, officers arrived at his home and arrested him. When detectives showed him the security footage, he was completely shocked. His face was visible in perfect detail, and then he said the sentence that would make him famous, "But I wore the juice." For the detectives, it was both hilarious and tragic. Wheeler wasn't pretending. He genuinely could not understand how he had been caught if he had used his invisibility method. The story might have remained nothing more than a bizarre crime story, but it caught the attention of psychologists David Dunning and Dunning-Kruger. They studied Wheeler's case and used it as an example of a phenomenon that is now known as the Dunning-Kruger Effect. The idea is simple. People with very little knowledge or skill in a subject often overestimate their competence. In other words, the less someone knows, the more confident they may become. Wheeler wasn't a criminal genius. He was a man who trusted his flawed reasoning so completely that he never questioned it. And his case became one of the most famous examples of this psychological effect. The story of MacArthur Wheeler is more than just a funny tale about a failed robber. It's a reminder of how easily people can be fooled by their own logic. Sometimes the idea that feels most obvious is actually the most wrong. And it's also a perfect example of how real-life events can lead to important scientific discoveries. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment below telling me what you think is the most absurd crime ever committed. Maybe we'll cover it in the next video.